didn't quit. You're really like against all odds. You're doing something that no one in the family's done, that none of your friends have done.
I'm just gonna say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Whatever is mine is looking for me.
You have to know what road to take to get to your final destination.
Everything that you ever wanted is on the other side of fear.
Hello, good evening, happy Monday. So thank you for joining me for this video, Heart of a Dummy. So let's get into the lyrics. I have the lyrics pulled up here because I've been trying to tell the girls, I was like, listen, Summer Walker, if you're listening to her, it's probably because you lack growth in your life. So let's get into it. Okay. So we have the only thing that's saving you is the heart of a dummy. Okay? Heart of a dummy. Then she goes on to say, question is, why do I do the things I do? Answer, I may never find, but I'll choose you. Want to give it up on I want to give up on you, but damn, I know I can't. Why can't you give up on him, girl? Like he don't want to be with you because he's emotionally unavailable. But oh wait, I put the blame on me for giving you chance after chance. Okay, we have a little bit of accountability, but not in the right way. Then she goes on to say, in love with you. I don't know why you in love with this man because he's not in love with you, but can't stand this. And I try to be strong. But how can I take it? Or no, what'd she say? But how much can I take? Put your words on your life this time. And I hope your ass ain't lying because he lying. Then she goes on to say, the only thing that's saving you is you being a dummy. All right. Then she goes on to say, it's my mind, my soul versus your pride. Girl, he don't want to be with you. Like, what are we talking? Like, what? It's my mind and my soul versus your pride. Or maybe he just don't like you like that. I don't. Then she goes on to say, ninjas, check your ego because I left mine at the door. No, you didn't. Because if you would have left yours at the door, you would have left this man the fuck alone. Just because I let it slide, drowning in all my emotions, I let you slide in this ocean. See, that's your problem. That is your problem. You let that man swim in your ocean. See, that's stupid. Then she goes on to say, in love with you, but can't stand your ways. How can you be in love with someone and you can't stand how they behave? I don't understand. I don't understand. Then she goes on to say, and I try to be strong, but how much can I take? You lack boundaries. That's all that says. You lack boundaries. Then she goes on to say, put your words on your life on your life this time, because he be lying and he gonna still lie. And men will literally lie and put it on their life. They churn the Bible. They still gonna lie because that's what they want to do. And then she goes on to say, and I hope your ass ain't lying, but he is, and you know that he is. Then he goes on to say, or she goes on to say, the only thing that's saving you is you being a dummy. And then that's the end of the song. So the reason why I'm pointing out the songs the lyrics to this song is because why are we shocked when it comes to Summer Walker? Why is the internet like, oh my God? Girl, do you not listen to her music? Do you not listen to the lyrics? I had to turn that shit off because I was like, girl, I ain't no damn dummy. Let me turn this song off. And then I had to retitle the song. It's Heart of a Dummy. It's Heart of a Dummy. I can't listen to Summer Walker. And it's really weird because I wonder what Sierra thinks. Anybody else wondering what Sierra thinks? Because she took time out of her lovely, beautiful life and she tried to give mentorship and guidance to Summer Walker. She gave her a prayer. She collabed with her. And then it's like, damn, it seemed like she did all of that shit for no reason. And then this is another thing too, because someone said it seems like those altars don't work. It seemed like them altars don't work nowhere, not in the church and not at home. Because we just had a whole live stream dedicated to a woman that's Christian and she decided to steal another woman's husband and claim that she was righteous in it. So it don't seem like none of these altars are working. And you want to know why none of the altars are working? It's because the girls are not doing the shadow work. You're not able to recognize and see the patterns that you are creating over your life due to your own choices and your behavior. You refuse to reflect and actually look at maybe, oh, this is why I'm getting this particular outcome, because I keep making the same choices and decisions. So it don't matter. Like, you can get a prayer, you can have an altar. Hell, the priest can come in and pray with you. You can do all of that stuff. But if you're not doing the shadow work that involves you actually making different choices and decisions over your life, like, it's irrelevant. There's no spiritual bypass with that either. A lot of girls think that there's some type of spiritual bypass. It doesn't matter if your framework is religious or your framework is spiritual. There is no spiritual bypass. We're gonna get into the spiritual bypass because we saw Brittany Renner try to get she tried to, I don't know, she tried to get a religious bypass, and that shit didn't work. You see, Kevin Gates is out here prancing around. How old is that girl? She 20 something. Let's just get into it. I don't even know everything that happened. I'm just going off her lyrics, so we're gonna get into it because I don't even know what's going on. I did not see this go down in real time. Okay, let me pull this back up. Okay, I don't know. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me go back. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I hate when it does that. How do we... Did it fix it? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to fix this. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I'm ready. Okay, I don't even know what happened. I don't even know who this rapper is. His name is Rich the Kid. He has let me look at my notes. Okay, so Rich the Kid is a rapper and he has a baby mama slash girlfriend, and it appears that Summer Walker was exposed for being a side chick. And there are audio leaks and clips circulating online where Summer Walker appears to say she's okay with being the side piece. In a recent audio leak, Summer Walker tells Rich the Kid that she's okay with being his side chick. Some social media posts claim she prefers to be the side chick or is a proud side chick. That's crazy. Then it says here the idea of being a side chick resonates with some of the themes Summer Walker explores through her music, expressing vulnerability, desire, self-worth, which we're going to talk a lot about self-worth here tonight, and the messy reality of modern relationships. So, and I think what a lot of girls are wanting to know is, what is Summer Walker struggling with? Because this is a girl that could have it all. She's very successful, but she keeps making poor choices and decisions when it comes to men and relationships. And it's causing her to be stunted in her life. Honestly, she's not getting the outcomes that she is desiring and hoping for. And she thinks that this is the answer, I guess, to be a side chick, because she still would feel chosen by a man, and she's settling for that because maybe she doesn't feel like she's worthy of getting the whole package of like having a man that's truly committed. Or maybe she feels like, based off of her past experiences where she's always dealt with men that were emotionally unavailable and they spread themselves thin to many women, that she feels like she'll never be able to get that man that's truly just committed to her. I don't know. So let's just get into it.
If you don't know, Rich the Kid has had a girlfriend who goes by the name Tori Bricks for about 6 or 7 years now. The other day, audio got exposed of Summer Walker basically telling Rich the Kid that she didn't mind being on the side and he needed to save her name under Pizza Hut.
Let's fall back together. I want y'all to be together forever, and I just want to fuck with you.
Hold on. I'm on the wrong one. Hold on, wait a minute. Because I think that's the wrong one. That must be 2. She did what? Let's go to the beginning.
Okay, you guys, so Summer Walker is out here trying to win the Side Piece of the Year award because this girl has lost her mind. Now, if you guys are not caught up, yesterday there was a picture that was released of Summer Walker and Rich the Kid together, looking like they were romantically involved. Now, shortly after that, Academics dropped an audio of Summer Walker sending Rich the Kid a voicemail, basically letting him know that she doesn't mind being on the side and that he could save her number number under Pizza Hut. Now, if you guys are not up to date, Rich the Kid has been with Tory Briggs for about 6 or 7 years. They have a child together, but let's be real, Rich the Kid has not been faithful to Tory this entire time. They've been engaged since, I believe, 2019. He has not married her, so he has not treated her the best. This man does constantly step out on Tory, and Tory is constantly fighting these women behind this man. But this is the voicemail that Summer Walker left Rich the Kid.
Yeah. I'm sending you this right now because I'm 15, and they say when you're 50, your true self and your true feelings come out.
This is embarrassing. So she's tipsy and she's calling this man as the side chick. And you know what? And this is what I want to talk about. Okay. This is giving, I would rather have a piece of a man than to not have a man at all. And also it gives that I only have a piece of a man. And because I only have a piece of a man, I have to call this man tipsy, drunk, call this man to get some attention. That's so sad. Like, that's so sad. The Summer Walker is drunk calling Rich the Kid, but he doesn't look that attractive to me. Because you settled for a piece of a man and you don't even know your place or your position. So you're calling him drunk because you know this is out of your boundary with him because you're just a side piece. And you're reaching out to him, calling him drunk when you know he's probably with his kids and his kid and his family. That's weird. That's so weird. And listen, to the men, if you want to know why women are not signing up for you to have your little side piece quest, whatever the hell you want to call her, is because these women are fucking embarrassing. They're obsessed with being seen, being known. Back in the day, Shirley and Barbara, they lived across the way, across town. They never saw each other. And you know what? Barbara was the wife and Shirley was the other woman. And Shirley did not care to be seen online and tied to the man publicly. She played her position. She didn't even go to your damn funeral because she respected the wife. These women don't respect the wife. They don't respect the girlfriend anymore, which is why a lot of women are not signing up for that, because you're not about to sit up here and embarrass us. Barbara, she didn't have to worry about getting embarrassed. She knew who Shirley was and she knew where Shirley lived, and they never bothered each other. These girls don't know how to respect the wife, and just the boundary that is set there. Like they have to be seen. They come out on social media and want to be known. So it's just, if you want to know why women are not okay with that, like they were back in the day, that's why. That's really why. That is really why. And it's embarrassing because why do you want to be known as the side piece? Why do you want to be seen as that? Like, when did this become cool or acceptable? Why are you not embarrassed?
Because, I don't know, I don't want to wait till tomorrow and I don't say it. I miss you. And I want to see you. And I want to hang out. And I'm honestly really glad. I know it probably sounds fucked up, but I'm really glad everything worked out how it worked out, because I want you to be with your family. Like when we were in Italy and I kept saying that to you, I was like, why aren't you with your
You want him to be with his family, but you calling him saying you miss him and you want to see him while he's with his family? And y'all wonder why I called that song Heart of a Dummy. It's like the title says, there are a lot of birds on the ground, but the birds are not in the sky. And we need to get the birds back in the sky. To get the birds back in the sky, because the birds are on the ground and it's not making any sense. It's like the elevator, it's not going all the way up. I don't know. We need to get the birds back in the sky, because what the hell? They just walking around. It's so backwards. This is so embarrassing. So again, ladies, let's get the birds back in the sky. Let's just start with that. I don't think we're gonna get you to the other side where it's like, oh, let's not be a bird anymore. Let's graduate to being a woman. But at this point, it's so damn bad. The birds are on the ground. And at this point, we just need y'all to get back up in the sky. This is crazy.
Baby mom, like, I'm not gonna bother y'all, I promise. Because y'all was never gonna stop fucking with each other anyway. That's why I just, like, kind of just fucked our shit up, because she was acting crazy. She's always acting crazy. She be fighting people and everything, calling the flower shop looking for the address. Like, I don't have time for that shit. I can't have a serious relationship with someone when they baby mama act like that. So I'm so glad that y'all are back together. I want y'all to be together forever, and I just want to fuck with you. You know, when you have time, we always have a good time. You treat me so good. I treat you so good. And I'm not gonna bother y'all. Like, you can buy me a fucking new phone, but you don't know the number, and save it under Pizza Hut for all I care. I'm not gonna post shit. Nothing. So that's all I wanted to say. And I know that you're not gonna.
I don't get how you can make songs for the girl that has been heartbroken by men, and then you turn around and you inflict that pain on another woman. You see why I said the birds are on the ground, they not in the sky? Because you literally dedicate your career to singing about heartbreak songs. And some of it is, I feel like some of it is just you be saying stuff, it's just entertainment. But some of it, I do think it comes from a real place. But I just don't understand, like, how can you make a whole career around that and then you turn around and inflict that same pain on the next woman? What does that make you? It makes you a huge contradiction to yourself, your career. Like, what is your purpose, Summer, at this point? It's really, really sad. And we've seen this from Summer. You know, she's been in and out of public relationships with men. They always come to a public dispute, and she's been embarrassed not once, not twice, but like I don't know what number we're on, what we're on, the fourth number, and it's still she just does not get it. She doesn't get it. And she doesn't get that she is a part of the problem, that she makes certain choices and decisions that consistently lands her in this position where she's constantly being publicly embarrassed by the men that she chooses. And we're 3 kids in, and you're still embarrassing yourself like this.
Be weird or like out us or anything like that.
So when this came out, you would think Summer Walker would kind of keep it quiet, maybe be low key about the situation, because she is the one in the wrong. Now, let me just say, I'm not saying Rich the Kid is not in the wrong, because you know he is the culprit behind all of this mess. Now, instead of Summer keeping quiet, she actually took to her IG live to gaslight Tory Bricks. Now, I'm gonna play the live at the end, but this girl basically says she's been messing with Rich the Kid for years, and if she wanted him, she could have him, and how she's been advocating for Rich the Kid to be with Tory. Y'all, it's a mess. Now, Tory did respond, and she blasted Summer Walker for being fake. She says Summer has been begging her, trying to be her friend for the last 2 years. Now, that's about the time span that Summer had been messing with her man. So not only was Summer allegedly messing with her man, she was all in Tory's face the whole time, trying to get close to her. She even hinted about Summer being around her child. She says, this woman has literally been harassing me for like 2 years, asking to hang and link up. Eck. She even went as far as trying to insinuate that she was around my child when she wasn't. Summer was around Rich one day and he accidentally left my son's backpack. As a mother who doesn't post the face of her children and get upset at your BD for posting them to protect them, why?
So this is I can't. I just can't. This is giving another Brene situation. So you're telling me Summer was seeing what this other woman had. She was comparing herself. It always starts with comparison, ladies. It does. See, everything could be cool. You could be friends with a woman for years. You could be cool with a woman for years. You could even follow each other on social media. Y'all keep it light, friendly, whatever the case may be. But as soon as that woman starts comparing you to herself, okay, that's when things start to go downhill. So she was trying to befriend Tori and probably knew enough about her to where the comparison started. And then she started wanting exactly what Tori has, which is crazy because this man is not faithful to Tori either. So it's weird. It's like, so Summer, you're chasing men that are deceptive, but then you turn around and you complain about it. But then you're comparing yourself to a woman that's being cheated on by her fiance, and she's been a fiance for years. So it's like, what are we really comparing? Is it the status? Is it what he's doing for her? I mean, it's crazy. I could even understand if Summer was like in survival mode and she was doing this as a means to just make ends meet, but it's like, you're successful, you have your own money. Are you really doing this for just flowers? Like, that's what I'm trying to understand. You doing this for like flowers, to be open, for this man to open doors? Does he even open doors? Like, what are we really doing this for? That's what I want to know. And I really feel like it comes down to just, I don't know, maybe some things that Rich the kid does. Does he do like grand gestures on social media where he's like sending her flowers and taking her on yachts and stuff like that? Like, what is it? Like, what is she getting to where Summer would want to be in her position? That's what I'm trying to understand. And even though Summer is trying to play it off cool, like, I'm cool with being the side chick, it's very clear that you're not okay with being the side chick. So you want to be in her shoes, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Why would you play with mine? Then she said, why is she coming at me though, LMAO? Now, when I dig in your ish, don't play victim. We are engaged and you know that. It was my choice to not get married because Rich and I had a few hiccups and I knew we had a few things we needed to work on as a family. I'm not in a rush to get married and then have to get a divorce, but what I do with my man and my household is none of your business, Pizza Hut. Then she said, B, you have the smoke for Rich. You and Rich arguing. What I gotta do with it? Girl, you been reaching out to me for years and blowing up my phone, literally trying to be my friend like a fan. I'm not the one that posted it. I come direct and you know that. So then she posted Summer in her DM. Summer said, call me when you get lonely or weak or just want to have fun. She responded, good night. And then Summer Walker said, night boo. And then in 2023, Summer said, how are you holding up, LOL. And then a week after that, Summer said, I reached out to you about linking up to give you some good words of encouragement on how to move on from an end that don't respect you. And since I've completely moved on from the situation, despite the end continuing to harass me and my friends, please don't be telling people about this unfortunate encounter and showing people our messages. If I knew he had a fiance, I would have never F with him. Let's just go on and leave it in the past because it's embarrassing. But whole time, Summer knew.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all, but Summer is very fucking weird for this shit. Girl, how are you recovering from this? That's embarrassing. So you was reaching out to this lady being weirdly, really weird. That gives, you know what that gives? Obsessive stalking. Like, you are keeping up with this lady. You are cyber stalking her. You keeping up with every little thing that's going on with her. That is very weird. So you had the opportunity to mess with him, and so you mess with him. This looks so bad. This is very embarrassing. I'm gonna need Summer to go ahead and log out.
He had.
And then she was doing this for years. So that tells me, because this message was from 2023. Girl, so you've been watching and stalking her for years. That's creepy. That's very strange.
The fiance and clearly didn't care. Then she posted the B begged to end, then get mad at me. Then she said you was blowing me up to link with me and the whole time you knew what you was doing.
Girl,
So basically Summer was definitely being low down. She was out of line for trying to be in this girl's face, be her friend when she knew about her the whole time and did not care. Now I'm gonna play Summer Walker's live and I want you guys to let me know what you think about this whole situation. But that's all I have for you and I'll talk to you later.
That was probably the dumbest shit I ever seen anybody do. Not gonna cap. Because it was like no point.
the dumbest shit. Girl, okay. I just let me bring some value to this live. I just want to say that remember when I said it don't matter what framework you choose, you can choose religion or you can choose spirituality, right? We all know that Summer is spiritual, right? And a lot of girls think that they can run under these different frameworks and spiritually bypass the actual work. And there's no bypassing the actual work. You need to be able to cognitively recognize when you're making certain choices and decisions when it comes to your life that it's fucking you over. It's causing you to be embarrassed, humiliated. It's causing you to feel down about yourself and to feel less about yourself because you're choosing to make these certain choices and decisions. You can go pray at your altar, you can read a Bible scripture. It's still not going to change the cognitive pattern that you have when it comes to your behavior and your decision making. There's no way you can bypass that. And it just seems like the girls feel like, oh, I can bypass this and I can bypass that. You can't. And it just goes back to what I was saying in a previous live. A lot of women think that there is some type of shortcut and you're putting in all of this effort to create this shortcut. And if you would have put all of that effort into not taking the shortcut route and really taking the time out, the necessary time out to course correct, oh my gosh. But a lot of these girls are so fixated and focused on taking the shortcut, faking it and being in this facade. And then it later really, you start to notice down the line, it didn't really get you anywhere, that you're still, you may have made like a little leadway, but then you don't consider the setbacks that come with shortcuts though. So it's best for you to lay the groundwork, and it may take longer, but at least you're laying a solid foundation. Summer Walker is not stable. She's not stable emotionally. She's not stable spiritually. And she's not stable mentally. She is struggling. She may be financially stable, but she's struggling when it comes to these other three things. And that can later impact her finances. So it's just best for her to just at this point, like the faking it is not working because you keep getting embarrassed. The more she fakes it, the more she tries to fake it like, oh, I'm by myself, I'm working on myself, and I'm healing and I'm doing all of that. And the whole time, this is what you're doing behind the scenes. It's like, it's just going to keep leading to you being publicly embarrassed because it's about course correction. And it's like you're not taking the hint every time you get publicly embarrassed. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Where are you going to do something different? And this is the thing that be killing me. It's like people really want to make the same choices and decisions over and over again, and then they expect a different outcome. Because how does that work? Like, how does that really work? If you're making the same choices and decisions over and over again, how can you expect a different outcome? You can't. You can expect the same thing over and over and over again because you're making the same choices.
For what? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, for what? I'm not mad because I know that you're off in your mind, you're fried in your mind. So I can't expect anything less. But it's just like, for what? I don't have no shame. Let me start off there. I have no shame. I take nothing.
And when someone doesn't have shame, they don't have self-worth. Because then that means you don't have standards. You don't have deal breakers. You don't have boundaries. You don't have pride about yourself. You don't take yourself serious. That when you say you don't have any shame, a man can come in and do whatever he wants to do to you, and you claim you feel nothing behind it. But you should. If you value yourself, if you know your self-worth, you should, because you know your value at that point. So when you say you have no shame, you just basically said you have no self-worth. And that's sad. That's very sad for her to say. And she's 29 years old.
Back, babe. I told everybody on Fuck My Type I date for money now. Your man, he spends money. He spends money. Y'all are not married.
Is she broke? I'm so y'all, for real. Is she broke? The math is not mathing. I mean, the way she talking, it's like she got bills due and she need a way to pay that shit off or something. I'm so confused. Is she broke? What's going on? I'm not understanding. Is she really is she going broke?
I don't fuck with married men. Whenever I even thought there was a ring, I made sure there was no ring. There was no ring. Tory Bricks. We have seen videos of you fighting women, bloody, beating them bloody. We have seen videos.
So you stalk this girl. You keep up with every little thing that she do. This is very weird.
Videos of Rich on ring cameras, like he got someone pregnant. Time after time after time after time.
And then I also want to talk about this too. Hold on. Because this can go two ways. This is between two worlds with Yoni. Do you see why it's not in your best interest as a woman to tolerate a man that consistently disrespects you publicly? Because now you have bobblehead birds like Summer that does not respect your relationship at all, because the man that you're in a relationship with doesn't respect your relationship and the commitment that y'all have with each other. This is why women shouldn't tolerate cheating. You shouldn't tolerate disrespect from a man, because if other people are seeing how he can disrespect you and you still gonna be there, they're not gonna respect the relationship at all. And you can't expect for the next woman to respect your relationship after witnessing how he treats you. It's sad, but it's the truth. And it is not even just a woman thing. It could be family don't even respect your relationship because they see how this man can disrespect you. It could be friends that don't even respect the relationship because they see how this man publicly disrespects you. So, unfortunately, some of this accountability goes on both women, but the most goes on the man, in my opinion, because he is creating this love triangle. And it's crazy because it seemed like Summer Walker got some type of backbone, and I'm like, you got some type of backbone because you was sucking on his knob. I mean, I'm trying to understand, like, where did she get a backbone? This man been laying up pillow talking with you about her? That's why it's messy. It's just all around messy. It's all around messy. This is why I advocate for women leaving the first time, because it only gets worse after that. It only gets worse.
After time. I don't even have enough fingers for how many bitches that he cheats on you with on a daily basis. And you have no self-respect whatsoever.
So, Summer, you are like, you know what amazes me when it comes to this conversation? It's like, do girls not consider STDs? BV? Y'all are supposed to, for it doesn't make any sense, because I'm like, are we broke? Like, what is really going on? And then Summer, you sitting back and you watching how he's dealing with all of these women. You're watching how all of these women are being treated, and you like, ooh, let me lay up with him.
And instead of taking that shit up with your man, you come at everybody else but the source of the problem. I'm not your issue, babe. I've like actually been advocating for you for a long time. Like, even in the voice memo, you heard me say I've been advocating for you for a long time. Like, I always tell him, I'll be like, y'all so perfect together. Why you just want to be with her? I say it all the time. Like, I talk big of you. I talk good of you all the time. I'll be like, you don't want to be with the mother of your children. She's this, she's that. She's helped you down. I talk good about you all the time. Why you always messing with?
And it gives pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. I'm only telling you these things because I want you to pick me. That's it. Like, I'm trying to seem like I'm cool. I'm cool with y'all's relationship. I'm down with y'all's relationship. I'm laid back about this situation. I'm here for y'all, but I still want a piece of you too. So let me just come across like I'm cool with the whole setup, the whole situation from the relationship and everything like that. That's all it gives is pick me, even if it's just for a side quest. That's it. And it's like Summer. Like, you don't think we can see through that?
With me. And that's one I don't like. Like, I feel like it's because I'm famous and your career's not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. You just sit up in the house bored, going through his phone all day, losing your mind. Going through his phone, calling every bitch that's in his phone, trying to fight every bitch up in his phone. But I feel like you only try to do it your biggest with me. Why? Because I'm famous? You, like, are you trying to get something? You finna drop a link? I hope you finna drop a link. Ooh, please, y'all, if she finna drop a link, go buy her stuff. Mama, she needed like a little push, a little promo.
Girl, I know we're not talking about who needs a push and a promo, and you sitting up here coming out talking about you are a side quest, a side piece, a side dish. You're not even the main entree, and you are the Summer Walker. You talking about promo. Girl, are you promoting your album with this mess? I'm serious. I think this man has gotten her head. Like, you ever talk to a woman and you be like, oh, that man he done got in her head. He done got in her head. She done gained a backbone, a little bit of confidence. She done put a little bass in her voice. Like, this is insane. She got a little confidence. She's sleeping with this man and she has confidence. But if this man was to dump her tomorrow, she wouldn't have no damn confidence at all. Cause she has no shame. Right? So, girl, be so freaking for real.
Oh, because that was just stupid. You know, I've been fucking with that man for years. Everybody been fucking with him for years. He be fucking with everybody. So what's the problem? Like, what? Like, you're never gonna leave. You're never gonna leave. It comes to a point where it has to be like a certain level of disrespect that you have got to come to. I'd be like, all right, this is it. This nigga can do anything to you. So if you're not gonna leave and he's gonna keep cracking that wallet wide fucking open, then can't we all just get along? Anyway, I don't want this man. I don't care about.
Girl, he don't want you. He just using you. Oh my God. The birds, y'all, they are on the ground. They are not in the sky. We need to get them back in the sky, ladies. Okay, just like we can get rid of the third and fourth baby mama. Let's try to get these birds back in the sky. Okay, we need to, I don't know. I don't know what we need to do. But girl, he don't want to be with you either. He just sleeping with you. You are serving him up to slob on his knob. Like, why is she trying to make it seem like, oh, I could take your place? Like, it gives I could take your place, I could be in your position, but I don't want to. Girl, he don't want to be with you like that. You supposed to be the position that you play is to be pumped, dumped, and tossed to the side for pay. That is what you decided to sign up for. Like, I don't like it when girls try to be hoes and they new at it. Like, you new to being a hoe and then you don't know your position and you overplaying your role. Because you overplaying your role so much that you decided to address this online. Hoes don't do that. It's the girls that are trying to be hoes that do that. It's the girls that, I have a heart of a woman, but the whole time you really just a heart of a dummy. That's it. Like, you're a lover girl. Summer Walker is a lover girl that's trying to be a hoe. That's it. She's trying to be a 304. This is not Summer's lane. Because I'm telling you, once that man's credit card would have went through, that check would have cleared, that cash would have been handed, it would have never made it to the internet. Summer is a lover girl that is trying to be a hoe, thinking this is the answer to her problems when it comes to the relationships she has been in the past, because she attracts men that are emotionally unavailable. So she's trying to match that energy of being emotionally unavailable. So she wants to be a 304 now, and she thinks that that's the answer to her problem, and it's not working. It's just not working, and it's not a good look. It looks a mess. Because if you were really a 304, it would have never made it to the internet as soon as that credit card would have went through. As soon as them bills would have got paid. So you care. You are addressing this because you care. That's it. And you want to one up the woman that he is committed to. That's it.
About this man, I don't like this man, and you should be so glad that I don't, babe, because if you did, you would really have a real problem. I can't now I don't care anymore. I've been dragging it on for years.
And then she said in her audio that was leaked that, oh, they say when you drink, the truth really comes out. It's like truth serum, da da da. Okay, well, you drunk out this man drunk, talking about you missed him when you knew he was with his family. You wasn't asking for money, Summer. You wasn't asking for money. Like, I miss you. Oh, can you take me shopping? Oh, I miss you. Oh, I would like to get my nails done. Girl, who are you trying to convince? You're not convincing us. That's what I'm saying. This is a lover girl that is trying to act like she can be emotionally detached. So she was in her feelings. She was alone. She drunk dialed this man because she missed him because she is trying to be emotionally detached and she's not. So she called him while she was in her feelings and her emotions, and she reached out to this man to say that, hey, I miss you. So no, like this is just a mess. This is just a mess. Girl, like please. And you gotta know when certain things are just not for you. You gotta know when certain things are just not for you. Me personally, I can't have no old man on top of me for pay. I just can't do it. I'd rather go clean toilets at McDonald's before I have a man just toppling over me, like in Set It Off when she was having that man on top of her just so she could help her brother go off to college. I can't do that. Like I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's not for me. I'm also not the type of woman that can be just emotionally detached all the time. Like I can't. Like I'm a sensitive person. I think deeply about things. I'm in tune with my emotions. I like to express myself from a deeply sensitive emotional space. So it's just not for me. So I just don't understand. Like there's two ways you can do this. Like, yeah, you can use men for money, but you got to know when something is not for you. So maybe you should take a different route. Cause that's not the only route. Like it's crazy how women really think that they can only get money through a man. That's not the only way to get money. Getting money through a man is not the only way. The way girls be talking nowadays, it's like, oh, I have to have that man to use him for money. It's like, no, you don't. You don't. That's a choice. That's an avenue that you're choosing to take. But that's not the only avenue out here. It's like the girls act like that's the only avenue.
Years dealing with him because sometimes sometimes I don't need it. Clearly, obviously, I live in a mansion, unlike you. But I just wake up sometimes. I'm like,
That's crazy.
I want to go here. I want to do this. I want this. Send me some money for this. Send me some money for that. And so, like a little boy toy who's just like nice. He's just sometimes like he has filled up my whole entire house with flowers before, like multiple times.
So she doing this for flowers?
Took me to Italy. Took me and my friends. And just like little nice stuff. Something one time he gave me like $25K for my mortgage, and I could have kept getting it. But right. Lucky for you, right after I get right up to that cusp where he will fully take care of me, I don't want to go that far. I just want to be the side. That's what I was saying. Like I just want to be the side, and I just want you to chill. I don't like him enough to lay up next to him every day. I don't even know how you do it. I'm not going to start talking about him. I'm not going to start talking about him, but you know the things about him. Girl, I don't know how you do it. I was just trying to play my little position. He clearly won't stop, and he's obsessive. You can say that you're going to leave him alone.
But this is what I'm not understanding when it comes to Summer Walker. It's like you're playing this position for what? Yeah. You're playing this position for what? Like, what is the purpose behind you playing this position? Because the only reason it can make sense to me is you're broke. The Summer Walker is broke. That's the only way it can make sense. Because I know you're not doing this for some flowers and some trips. You can't take yourself on a trip. Like, are the girls down bad? Are the girls in the industry down this bad? It's not making any sense to me. The math is not mathing. It's just not mathing. I need to look at these contracts. I need to see what is really going on. When we look at the numbers, we're crunching the numbers because it just gives, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. That's what it's giving.
He will just call you back to back to back. Get to call your friends, get to call your manager, get to call your assistant, get to sit and stuff. Da 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 da. It's like free money. So why would you just every now and then you just give in? You be like, you know what? Fuck it. Let that nigga do it. Let that nigga take me somewhere. And you know what? I'm actually really glad you did this. Because I was this close. I said, damn, I really want a Porsche and I really want a condo in Miami. But I really kept thinking about it. I was like, I don't know, because you act nuts. And this is what I needed to see. I was never going to get peace in my condo. You were going to terrorize the living shit out of me. This being on the internet, because when I did this, how long has it been since I did this? It's been so long since I did this. Why would I even be doing this? Why would I even be doing it? Shit, at this point, let me get something out of it. Y'all stream finally over it, y'all. It's like #1 on the charts. It's doing great. Like, keep it up. But, like, why would I be doing this? Both of y'all are older than me, by the way. You're an old bitch, and that's an old-ass nigga. I'm still in my 20s. Why would we be on the internet?
Girl, you are 29 years old. You are too damn old to be acting like this, and you're a mother of 3. The hell?
As adults. We all have kids. Like, why are we even doing this? I just didn't even get the point of that. But anyway, I'm going to say whatever I got to say to that nigga, babe. You think I really love him? You think I really want him? If I did, you would be cooked out on the street. Working a 9 to 5, babe. If I wanted that nigga is obsessed. Okay? You just can't. You can't, Tori. You cannot. I'm telling you, I'm not mad. I'm really not mad. It was childish. I know you're fried. And, like, you're just losing it because he just won't stop. Like, fuck all these hoes. But you cannot beat every single one of these hoes up. You cannot catch every single one of these hoes. He's never going to stop. You can't stalk every single one of these hoes. You're going to end up going to jail or getting hurt.
And you know what it also gives? She wants to be with this man, but she knows she can't. She can't be with him in the way that she wants to. Because he's going to move around. And Summer needs to start questioning, why are you always attracted to men that are emotionally unavailable? And why are you always attracted to men that spread themselves, their energy, far and wide across many women? She needs to start asking herself this, because you think that this is your big one, and it's really not. It's like actually showing your immaturity, your low self-esteem, your contradictions too. And it's just really showing, it's really showing who you are. Because you feel like this is exposing the man, and this is like a knock to Tory because he cheats on her and everything. But it really exposes you, though. It does. Because you have a consistent pattern of choosing men like this. And you don't have to. Like, you literally don't have to. You are seen by millions of people. You could level up and be desired outside of the industry that you work in, but you're choosing this life for yourself. It makes no sense to me.
Or like by somebody, not by me. I don't care that much. I'm having to go talk with you. You really got to cut it out, and you have to start understanding, like, okay, he's the problem. He don't like you. He don't like you. He doesn't like you, babe. He doesn't like you. If he liked you, reality check, y'all would be married with no scandals and no infidelity. Okay? Seriously. You gotta cut it out. Because I don't know what you're about to do. If you're like about to go out and on a tangent and lose your mind and try to start talking about everything me and that man ever talked about. It's childish, it's inappropriate, and it's really sad. It's sad. So, from woman to woman, you gotta cut it out, okay? All right. These will be the last flowers I receive from him, okay? Okay.
So this only confirms that she sits up and she compares herself to other women on social media. They get flowers, they get those grand gestures, and that's what she wants. So she feels like that's like the only way she's gonna get it is she has to settle for being a side piece. so that she can post it to her story, so that she can post the trips. It's all for social media. It's all because she wants to be seen a certain way, and that's the only way she can be seen a certain way. Cause bragging about some flowers, like, girl, you couldn't you could have got flowers from somebody else. Like, I don't get it. It's nothing special. The girls, it's an ego thing. I want to be able. Remember, I think I saw this with Nick Cannon and his baby mamas, where the girls, Nick Cannon openly said, "Oh, I have to send all the women flowers because if one posts flowers to their Instagram story." I'm just like, so the women be going through all of this for some fucking flowers? Like, this shit is fucking childish. I don't know what's more childish. I don't know. It's like the girls need to grow the fuck up. Y'all sound very immature. Like, it's so childish over some fucking flowers. Fuck the self-respect. Fuck this man truly seeing you as valuable and worthy and treating you as such. Fuck all of that shit. It's really for some fucking flowers to post to your Instagram story, to your Instagram. That's crazy. I just, and this is why when men be like, the women in this generation are cooked. This is what they be talking about. I'll just be like, over some flowers is insane. Some trips. Let's see what else happened.
Caught up, Summer Walker got exposed the other day for being Rich the Kid's side piece. Now, if you don't know, Rich the Kid has had a girlfriend who goes by the name Tory Bricks for about 6 or 7 years now. The other day, audio got exposed of Summer Walker basically telling Rich the Kid that she didn't mind being on the side and he needed to save her name under Pizza Hut.
Let's fall back together. I want y'all to be together forever, and I just want to fuck with you. You know, when you have time, we always have a good time. You treat me so good, I treat you so good, and I'm not gonna bother y'all.
But listen, when I told y'all that whole culture was getting to a point of no return, y'all dragged me. Y'all dragged me. First, it started off with, "Oh, I'm just having a whole phase to find myself," and then it transitioned into some bullshit to where dating culture is a fucking mess. So, and now, and you know the saddest part, because I kept trying to warn y'all, it's like it's getting real messy, right? These men have it their way. How did women not see that shit coming? Men have it their way. Men have it their way. They are the fucking prize because of whole culture. And it always amazed me that people didn't see the duality in their behavior. They didn't see the duality in the promotion of whole culture. How could you not see the duality in it? You thought it only served you? It served men more than anything. It served them first before it ever served you. It's crazy. I know, as an Aries, girl, I cannot believe this. As an Aries, I never seen an Aries act like this. I haven't. This is my first time seeing this. I'm like, okay, okay. Very interesting. But I was warning the girls. Like, I warned the girls. I said, listen, y'all are trying to blur the lines between sex work and dating. It has completely destroyed the dating scene. As a 33-year-old woman, ask me how many times have I been asked to be a sugar baby? I've been asked to be a sugar baby more in my 30s than in my 20s. And I'm just like, what am I giving off that's giving I'm a sugar baby? That's the culture now. That is literally the culture. Men are meeting women where they think that we all are. And I'm like, I ain't no damn sugar baby. The hell? But because that's the culture, they hop right to that now. And you know what's crazy? It's not black men. It's not. It's not. It's not. Actually, I have never been asked by a black man to be a sugar baby. It's been a non-black man. Pakistani. I'm always hanging out in the Pakistani spots because I love their tea, their hookah, and I love their coffee. I do. They got the best coffee. They have the best tea. I love it. and it's not ghetto, and I love it in there. And yes, I say it's not ghetto because I get a glass over a paper cup, and that matters to me. So do what you want to do with that. But I'm in those spaces, and so I'm always taken back when certain men approach me, and that's what they start off with, or that's what it leads to. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy that that's happening. So it's not just a black man thing. Actually, it's a culture thing now. Like, it's so normal that they automatically will look at you, make assumptions, stereotype you, and assume that that's what you're okay with. Like, you're down for that. So it's crazy. And I warned the girls that if we're sitting up here getting all of this advice from women, then men are also sitting up and listening to the same content and information that we're receiving. So you can't get mad at them when they're meeting you exactly where they think that you are, based off of the culture shift, which is always our responsibility as women, that we do dominate the culture. We do. And we have men watch us. They study us. They tend to study before they approach. And so they just been sitting back. They've just been watching. They've been studying. And so now they're meeting you where you are. And where the culture is women have blurred the lines between dating and sex work. And that's just where we are. So, and then you have women like Summer Walker that is now trying to promote within whole culture. Oh, it's just better off to be the side piece because then you don't have to worry about the cheating. You don't have to worry about all of these things. And again, in the midst of all of this, right? The man gets his way, and you, based off of your choices, are allowing this man to feel like the prize because he can have his way. I mean, when you think of someone being a prize, they get what they want, they have their way, they can have it their way whenever they want. And that's what men are being, that's what they're able to do. They're able to exercise whatever they want, they can easily get it without any real fight, as long as they have the money. And now men know that. Men know that they can buy women. So now that they know and it's being advertised, I mean, they can have it their way, however way they want it. They don't even gotta be emotionally available. They just have their way, use whatever woman they want to use, and keep it moving.
Like, you can buy me a fucking new phone, but you don't know the number and save it under Pizza Hut for all I care. I'm not gonna post shit, nothing. So that's all I wanted to say.
Now, the voicemail that she left him is well over 2 minutes. I did a full breakdown in my last video, so if you're not caught up, go ahead and click and watch. So after Summer Walker was caught, she actually took to IG Live and she basically gaslit Tory. I mean, she really made it seem like that Tory was the problem, not her, and she was rooting for them to be together. Now, Summer Walker also said that Tory Bricks is known for putting paws on the women that Rich the Kid would cheat on her with.
I made sure there was no ring. There was no ring. Tory Bricks. We have seen videos of you fighting women, bloody, beating them bloody.
So she is well aware that Tory has bled women behind her man. So yesterday, Summer Walker posted that Tory Bricks sent her several boxes of pizza from Pizza Hut. Now remember, in that recording, Summer Walker told Rich that he could just buy her a phone and save her number under Pizza Hut. So Summer Walker posted, "So you harassed me off Text Free app while I was in the club last night having a time, not even thinking about you, and now sending pizza to my house after telling me you have my address." So it's giving restraining order. Like, you're literally having a psychotic break over a man who literally is obsessed with me.
I'm sorry, y'all. I've been doing social media for years now. This gives PR stunt. It do. It gives PR stunt. Now, is all of this a PR stunt? I don't know. The pizza is giving PR stunt. It is. And the way Summer is begging, like literally dry begging this man for some money. At this point, I'm not gonna be shocked if this was her sending pizza to herself and it's just a PR stunt.
me and 14 other women. Like, I really can't figure out your issue with me specifically instead of taking it up with him. I gave him back yesterday, babe. Now you're dragging it. Like, I'm really over the internet stuff, but I'm gonna put it here for the world and police to see in case you really decide to lose your mind. Then she said, don't send nothing else to my house, crazy ass girl. Go harass the rest of the women he messed with now. Then she said, you was posting stuff from 2023 and decided to start randomly harassing me publicly 3 years later when my album dropped. Very weird. Like, really? What's the point? This why I want.
And then like Summer is trying to reverse this whole situation, but it's Summer, you're obsessed with her. It's not the other way around, which is why I believe you sent this pizza to yourself. How you responding to yourself over a pizza being sent? This woman hasn't said anything yet. She like having a whole conversation with herself over a pizza that I feel like she sent to herself because it don't make no sense.
Want to be the side? Why would I ever want to be the main? Look at your life. This must be so stressful for you. Up every night, going through that man's phone, finding a new beat every week to embarrass you. LOL, sad. Very sad life to live. I'm sorry, it's the gaslighting for me. Like, Summer, you're messing with this lady's man. You're the problem. You're part of the problem. He's the problem, but you're part of the problem. And then she's gaslighting her like she's the issue. Now, this post right here is giving hurt, is giving projection, it's giving I was hurt by other women, so now I'm gonna do it. So she ends with, this will be my last time ever addressing you because it's a new.
And then like she having this full-blown conversation with herself and this woman ain't said nothing. How are we sure that she sent that pizza? How do you know that she sent it? It could have been anyone.
New day, and I don't want that man. He don't run his ship tight enough for me. I repeat, don't send nothing else to my house where my kids lay their head. Now, also, I forgot to retouch on the fact that Tori blasted Summer Walker because this whole time that she was messing with Rich the Kid, she was steady trying to be Tori Brick's friend, trying to hang out with her, trying to be all in her face. Now, Tori found out about Summer Walker and Rich the Kid back in 2023. Summer tried to say that she did not know that he had a girlfriend and she don't move like that, and she was sorry, and she gave Tori advice and told her if she needed an ear to talk to, she could talk to her, that she could be there for her. So Summer had been playing in this woman's face for years. Now Tori.
And see, this is another thing. So is Tori gonna respond to the pizza box? Because if Tori don't respond to that pizza box, it definitely gets Summer did all of that. She sent that shit to herself.
Tori did.
And why would she do that? She reading the comments. She's seeing how people are not on her side with this shit. She reading the comments. She's seeing how people are not on the side. So she's trying to create this narrative that this woman is obsessed with me. But it's like, girl, just the way you hopped on live and you had that big ass black hat on your head, it just really seems like you put in a lot of work to keep up with this woman's life. Like, how you know so much about her, but you're not concerned with her, but then you tried to be friends with her. It's very strange. It's like you know more about her, and she's not even famous like that. You are. So how do you know so much of her personal business and keeping up with her where she fighting with this girl, fighting with this? Because I don't know. I didn't know Tori and Rich the Kid. I don't keep up with them.
Respond to Summer accusing her of sending those pizza boxes to her house. She said, I didn't send this hoe no pizzas. If I sent some ish to her crib, it wouldn't be pizzas. Call the police and have them check the cameras or a card for purchase. This HOE having a breakdown. I wasn't in the way of anything she had going on. She just didn't like the truth once it was out. How you upset with me because the audio comes out of her begging? I didn't leak the audio, love. Ask academics. I have receipts from 2023 to 2025. Last week of you crying about me.
Ooh.
Just stop, Summer. You weird as F. And please don't go digging in your closet to get one of those big ass feather hats to go live and continue to talk about me for hours. Nobody cares. Then she posted on her IG and said, when someone F's around and finds out, and she said, you knew what it was when you signed up, right? You know how I be coming. See you soon. Now, this is what I think Summer Walker is really scared of. I think she's scared of Tory Briggs. She knows how she comes, and she knows that that fade is coming. And in my personal opinion, from everything I've read and seen since this situation came out, Summer tries to act like she's not jealous or pressed by Tory, but she definitely is. She is 100% jealous.
What is the obsession with Tori, y'all? Let me pull this up because I ain't never seen this girl a day in my life. I gotta. Why is Summer so obsessed and pressed? Is it over the man? It makes no sense. What's going on? I'm trying to understand. Okay, her Instagram looks like every other, like, Instagram baddie Instagram. So hold on, she got family story. Mm. Me looking at her family story, I think it's she actually. You know what I think it is, and it's gonna sound crazy as hell. I think it's because Rich the kid, he may cheat, he may do what he do, but he also shows up for his family, and we never hear anything about Summer and the men that she's had kids with. I don't think that they have family days and things like that together, and I think that that's what she may be jealous about. That he may show up for his kids, he may show up for her in that way, and still cheat. And Summer doesn't even get that. Because it seems like these men just kind of dump the kids on her and leave, which is why she's probably begging this man for money. I think that's what she's jealous of. If you go, I'm looking at like they go to Disney World together. They do family stuff together. I think that that's what this is. This obsession is truly about. And I don't think she gets that. I don't think she gets that family time. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because they got the lip fillers. They both got lip fillers. They both have a similar face shape and everything like that. They probably got some plastic surgery done. I mean, the only difference between the two girls is that he spends quality time with her and the kids. That's really it.
And 100% pressed. Now y'all out here beefing over this, okay? Like, come on, man. Make it make sense. The only person who's winning is him. So now Summer is out here scared because she knows what's coming for her. But y'all, let me know what y'all think about this crazy situation. Who do you feel is in the right and who do you feel is in the wrong? Again, I feel like the only person who's winning is Rich the kid. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Do y'all see why I like B with the T? Do y'all see why I trust her commentary? Yes, I do. She said, I feel like the only one winning in the situation is Rich the Kid. Exactly. Exactly, ladies. What did we learn from this situation? That when it comes to these decisions and choices that women consistently make, you are making the man the prize. I don't care how much you tell yourself, you affirm yourself in the mirror, like, I'm the prize, I'm the prize. But if you're not moving like you the prize and you're not making choices and decisions like you the prize, you're not the prize. Seriously, you're making the man the prize every single time. And that's all I see when it comes to these conversations. Like, even with Timmy with the wide ass hips. Now, I know y'all seen that episode of Girlfriends with the girdle, the man with the girdle. Y'all remember that episode with the girdle? And what I just we got to pull it up cuz I don't think have y'all seen that? The man with the girdle. How are y'all making men with girdles or men that should wear girdles? How are y'all making them like a prize out here? That does not make any sense to me. Making a man that should put on a girdle a prize. Let's circle back. Let's circle back.
It's below. That's all I have for you, and I'll talk to you later.
Summer Pizza Hut Walker. I'm in the middle of taking my damn braids. I keep getting calls from the people. They saying you on the internet and men being a side chick. What's wrong with you? You just put this album out. You don't get paid, I don't get paid. You on here admitting to being this man's side chick. Proud, boasting, don't care. This is not, You just put out a love R&B album. This is why people separate the art from the artist. We don't need to know this. This does affect your character. All right? Yeah, but this is why I'm here. What can we do? You know, this whole time you've been singing in your music like you the victim, but you really the villain. Sing about men the problem, but you part of the problem. Girl, this is messy as the drama. Anyway, the only thing we can do is you need to get off the internet for a little bit. You're on the internet trying to look unbothered, but you look bothered trying to look unbothered. So you need to take a break, but you need to continue to promote the album, so continue to post. Matter of fact, give me your phone. I'll do the post. You can't have your phone no more. I'm sorry. We're going to have to get this under control. After this, after we're done promoting the album, you go on black. That's it. 6 months. You get in the studio, you make some new music, okay? People will forget. People, you know, I try to call the people, get this shit scrubbed off the internet, but it's gone. It's in the atmosphere. Now everybody know. We could have said it was AI. Too late now. Shit, Summer. Anyway. We got a lot. Ooh, girl. I'll call you back.
Not Summer Walker with the selective social anxiety to get on here and be proud of being the side chick. Bro,
I know, baby.
This is not good for your image right now, bro. You just put out an album. Even though throughout many a years on her album,
I have hips.
I never thought in all my years that I would see women make men that should be out here wearing girdles a prize. Even Joan was stunned, like, oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so done with y'all. Like, I've seen it all in desperation. Oh my God, the desperation is, woo, girl, it's through the roof. 2025, the desperation is so damn loud. It's ridiculous. Some of y'all need to go back and watch Girlfriends, clearly, because what are we doing, ladies? 2025, this is what we doing? This is crazy. I can't believe that's what we doing now. Okay, hold on. Let me change gears here, because oh my gosh. Okay, because there was, hold on, I wanted to do my, okay, summer. Oh, we gonna get into it. First, we gotta address the birds.
I fear that, you know, bird brain bitches have found like a way to kind of make themselves feel better about being a bird brain, low down, dirty bitch, you know? And I'm gonna use Summer Walker as an example, but she's not the only one, because I've seen it so many times. Like, y'all justify being the root of another woman's pain by playing this pimped out game, when you're really just a horrible person. Like, for real, you're just a horrible person. And then somehow every single time y'all make it seem like y'all don't care about these men. Y'all be fucked up about these men. And
it's so obvious, isn't it? It's so obvious. That's why I'm like, girl, you doing all of this because you care. When you don't care, you don't give a fuck. You're not giving it any of your time. Seriously, all that back and forth she was doing, she hopped online, she set up the camera. At some point, you just was like, fuck that shit. I'm about to go enjoy my day. Like, I'm not about to entertain this. Y'all be caring too much.
I'm gonna use Summer Walker as an example, right? Because Summer Walker is a beautiful, talented, financially free. Like, I don't know what's in her pockets, but I'm pretty sure she's a millionaire, right?
Is she?
You're a woman who has access to all of these rich ass bachelors who you can deal with and not have to hurt other women with. And they will trick on you.
No, this is the lie that women keep falling for. Summer Walker does not have access to the rich men that you speak of because she doesn't carry herself a certain way. And a lot of ladies feel like, oh, all I have to do is be in an industry. All I have to do, that gets your foot in the door. right? Like you are seen, but if you don't know how to carry yourself, if you don't know how to polish it up, ain't nobody gonna take you serious because they feel like you're a liability. Summer Walker is a liability, and it's the way that she carries herself. So no man of real substance is gonna take her serious. Like, look at Eve. Eve literally had to polish it up. And that is the reason why she lives the life that she lives. Now, is there potential there? Like, yeah, there's potential there. But at the same time, she's not maximizing her potential at all because she's so tethered to these low vibrational spaces, low vibrational thinking. She is just in the gutter when it comes to her self-worth. She doesn't think that she can get what Eve got or even Sierra got. So she settled for what she thought she was truly worthy of and what she thought she could get access to. And that all came down to her self-esteem. That's just the truth. So is the potential there? Of course. Does she have her foot in the door? Of course, but she doesn't seem to know what to do with that. And it's the reason why she's in the position that she's in right now. So just because you're in the industry and you have that foot in there, it does not mean that they're going to take you all that serious. So, and I think that that's what we're witnessing and that's what we're seeing.
All you want is a trick. There are so many men willing to trick on you.
Literally.
But to you, it makes more sense to...
Exactly. Like her body type is attracting the rappers. The way she dresses is attracting the rappers. She just needs to do a full level up. But I'm not holding my breath. And the reason I'm not holding my breath is because Sierra tried. Sierra literally tried. Sierra was the perfect example because Sierra still has her identity. That's what a lot of girls are missing when it comes to Sierra. Sierra still can be CC. She can still be CC. She can still make her music. She can still be herself. But yes, like listen, Sierra, when you get under Sierra's wing, you instantly elevate. Okay. We've seen that with some of the other women that she's helped. She's literally helped other women. She's behind some of the engagements that we've seen recently with the younger Black girls. So Summer Walker could have definitely been under that umbrella. At the time, she only had one kid. She only had one kid. So she could have changed her entire life around. She chose not to do that. And Sierra was the perfect mentor. Like Sierra was the perfect mentor because at that time, Summer was a single mother of one. And Summer was also at that point where, okay, it's time for her to heal, go through the process. And I'm pretty sure that if she kept that mentorship with Sierra, she probably would have been done leveled up and been married and got the things that she wanted and deserved. But she refuses to actually settle down, like sit down somewhere and give herself the time to pour into herself so that she can move forward. She just refuses to do it. She just refuses to do it. And I'm sure it wasn't just knowing how Sierra is, it wasn't just the prayer that she gave. She gave mentorship. She gave mentorship. So one thing I noticed about Sierra is like when she has certain women around her that she talks to, the only one that I haven't seen are two women, and it's so crazy because they mirror each other. Keke Palmer on the same bullshit, and Summer Walker. And it's just and when you look at Keke Palmer and you look at Summer Walker, they're not mature at all. They're very childish, very very childish. So I haven't seen those girls level up, but we can use Coco Jones. We could use who else? And Coco Jones is with a Black man too, by the way, because the girls be like, "Oh, Yanni, you only care about the white man, the white man." Girl, I care about women being in healthy relationships. I don't give a fuck what it looks like, even if it's a woman. So, pause. Um, but Coco Jones, I'm also Normani. So, and she's with a Black man too. So it's just the girls they just not mature at all. They're not mature. So I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't know what it's gonna take.
Fuck with a man who you don't care about, who he's really sucks, like you couldn't be with him every day, all because he tricks. You love that man, and it's okay. You're obsessed with that man, and you honestly might even want that girl's position. Honestly,
sound like
From what I'm seeing, you're begging the man to be in his phone under Pizza Hut and all of these crazy ass antics, and somehow you've convinced yourself that the girl is the problem and she's picking with you because he cheats with other women. That does not make it okay. The thing with bird brain bitches is somehow they find ways to make themselves feel okay with the fucked up shit they do. Like, okay, so he's cheating with other bitches, so let me add myself to that rotation. No, you're still a shitty person. You're still a shitty person. And we have got to stop glorifying bird brain shit, bird behavior. Because then, when you get your happy ass in a relationship and that man dog walks you, y'all be wanting sympathy. You're a horrible person.
And I'm going to tell you ladies right now, the more y'all come out on social media with these sob ass stories, the less we become empathetic to your situation. Because it's just getting to a point where you were stupid. That's it. I don't even need to watch the Danish deception. I already know she was stupid. Like, it's just getting to a point where we are losing patience and empathy because you literally put yourself in that position. And now you want us to feel sorry for you. How? You chose that for yourself. You made the choice and decision to put yourself in that space. So now you want us to feel bad. Now you want us to believe that you were just completely bamboozled. It's just getting to a point where you're choosing this for yourself. This is not, oh, I was caught off guard. I didn't see the red flags or anything. No, you forced it. You forced it. And then you forced it so bad that it cost you money. If you forced it so bad that it ruined or it just rearranged your entire life and you had to fix it and correct it and put it back upside, right? Because it turned upside down. I mean, you just bypassed everything. And at some point, when you bypass things like that, it becomes a choice. It becomes a choice. So a lot of women don't want to acknowledge that. They want to be coddled when it comes to these situations. And it's just like coddling you obviously is not helping at all. Because if it was, you wouldn't have bypassed all of those red flags. Like and it involves you being used. That's another thing that I'm not understanding. It's like the girls are bypassing things and it's like you're allowing this man to use you. When is it clicking that you're being used? For sex, for money, for whatever. You're being used. That's all it is. But because you're forcing it, you don't see it that way? It's weird.
Do you think that your next relationship is gonna thrive? No, it's not. Just my opinion. Make America bird brainless.
Make America. Girl. Then what else? What else? And then this is summer.
I promise, I'm really not trying to be ghetto. Like, those days are kind of over. I just really want to know who in Atlanta bleach booty holes and coochie cats. DM me.
And y'all want to know why she's not in the company of a man of higher caliber? Because we would never get this from a Seer. We would never get this from an Eve. And I'm using those two examples because they're women that have been in the industry. She's a liability. She's just not a good look. And you got to know when you're not a good look. You too loud. You're messy. That's another thing. Men of means, they don't like messy women. So then they find themselves in a scandal. Seriously. So know what lane you in. Know what lane you in. The girls got the game fucked up because I'm just like, what? It don't make no sense. How you gonna advertise yourself to always be in drama, to always be in mess, and then you think a man of decent character would be attracted to you? That's delusional. That's delusional.
For me, it's not even for nobody to see. Like, I'm in the mood to get my girl together. Like, I didn't had 3 kids, and she need a facelift and a few things done.
And then let me show you what I'm talking about because I just came across this TikTok and this woman is highly delusional. You listen to her and then let me know if you think that she's being delusional.
My date just canceled on me tonight because he found my TikTok. And that's really, really unfortunate because this is like the first time where social media has been like a detriment. Not a detriment, but has like negatively harmed me. And it really sucks because obviously, you know, social media isn't always real, and a lot of my videos are I'm putting on a personality. Like, I make videos to entertain. By no means is that who I am as a person. And I mean, to be fair, you know, I respect that he was like, you know, just not my taste. But yeah, it really sucks because like we had great conversation and I was like actually like really, really looking forward to it. Yeah, it sucks. It's the downside.
This is my thing. Are women really out here dating and you're only thinking one tracked mindedly to the point where you're not considering how people may perceive you to be on social media and you don't think that they're going to take that into consideration when it comes to dating you? Why wouldn't they? Because you would if you saw a man doing certain things on social media. So why wouldn't you think that that wouldn't in return be held against you when it comes to what you're posting on social media? This is common sense. I'm not understanding why this woman is shocked, why she's confused, why she doesn't understand. And then you went on to say that you put on this performance, basically this personality, this persona that you come on social media with isn't even the real you. So if this man is trying to get to know you and he went through your social media to vet you, which most people do, both men and women do nowadays, what do you expect? Like, that's just common sense. Because if it was the other way around, you would do it. So I'm not understanding, like, why are women one track minded? It's like what when you set your standards, expect that when you set that standard, that standard could be held against you too, right? So if you're carrying yourself a certain way, then you can expect that man to also carry himself in that way.
Of doing social media is, you know, everything you post is going to be under scrutiny and a microscope, and it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And I think it's really hard for me because I feel so much pressure to be perfect and to be like that, you know, girl that has a perfect life and, you know, everything's so cutesy and just in order.
Oh my God.
And it's moments like these where I feel like, oh shit, like they're right. Like I'm embarrassing or like I'm cringy or
We have another woman that needs to grow up. So lately, when it comes to social media, I've been hearing women complain about this and that, right? And they're like, oh, but I have a desire for this or I have a desire for that. And the desires, they sound very childish. Cutesy, and you want your life to seem perfect on the outside. That's very childish to me. Like, that's not mature at all. It's not mature. It's almost like you emotionally haven't grown up past a certain age. So you are in your grown woman and you haven't grown emotionally and maturity wise. So these are things that you're acting out as a woman while trying to date. And then you wonder why you're getting the experiences that you're getting. It's like, well, some of the things that you see as a goal or you desire are actually childish. It's actually childish. And the math don't be mathing to me because there's girl math and then there's grown woman math. And if I'm out here seriously dating, I'm going to be very, very careful about the things that I'm posting on social media because if anyone is like me, I would be doing research on that person. So I can expect for that man to do research on me. That's just common sense. And then you're putting something out here that's not even real. So he probably doesn't even want to be with someone like that.
you know, no one would ever want me. And it's like, it sucks because you've found my social media first before actually getting to know me. And if you actually knew like the real me, you would be like, wow, like there's something special about you. But I'm not here to convince anyone that I'm special. I think the right person would just know that immediately and, you know, want to get to know me first without painting a picture of me based on my profile. But that's life. That's life. We all judge a book by its cover. And like, whether we realize it or not, we all judge people when we don't really know someone based off of their socials, you know. I mean, it's human nature. But yeah, no, it really sucks. So yeah, just wanted to share that, you know, social media isn't all sunshine and rainbows, and yeah, it definitely sucks. But I just have to trust in God that maybe just have peace with it, you know, and that what's not meant to be won't miss you.
There's that toxic positivity, and I blame the sisterhood for that, because somebody needs to be honest as fuck with her. And this is why we're losing patience. A lot of us women are losing patience, especially the ones that have done the work, because they're just like, girl, you don't see where you're the problem in this situation. You don't see where you're the problem in this situation at all. Not even a little bit. Not even just slightly. Just slightly. Just a little. That you may be the problem in this situation. And it's the reason why you have the experience, or you had the experience that you had tonight with your date canceling on you. It just gets exhausting. And the reason why it becomes exhausting is because women keep coming out complaining, and they don't want to reflect on themselves at all. Like, that's what's crazy about it. So we're on this hamster wheel of women keep coming online. They keep talking about how they had this experience and how they had this other experience. And it's just like, did you not think about how you showed up in that moment or that situation, and how that in return reflected the experience that you had at all? It's crazy.
But yeah, that sucks. For anyone who finds my social media and does not know me, get to know me first, and then you can judge me. How about that? We've never gone on a date before. This would have been the first time meeting. But yeah. Sucks.
That's crazy. I don't, I got a headache. Okay, let me continue. Okay, so let's talk about the route that Summer Walker is taking and what it eventually leads to, because I wanted to talk about this. We're gonna start with Brittany Renner first, because Brittany Renner, if you've been following her, she did the whole 304 thing, and as you can see, it did not turn out the way that she hoped. And again, I feel like when it comes to longevity, 304 route is shortcuts. So women take that route as a shortcut. But I keep trying to tell the girls that it does not have a retirement. And a lot of girls want to retire in it. And retirement is early. I always compare 304 to the NFL. If you know anything about football, them men retire pretty early, like 20 something. So let's just get into it. And the issue with Brittany Renner is very hard to watch, because when she was young, you know, oh, I'm young, I'm just having fun, like it's just da da da. But then, like, here she is today with so much regret.
20-year-olds, and even to my 20-year-old self, I hate how I allowed myself to just be like used up by men. And that came from a lack of self-worth. I did not understand my value that I was born with. I didn't. And I gave, again, people look at sex differently, but sex is spiritual unification. At the end of the day, I don't care how you spin it. It's spiritual.
For women.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah,
for
women,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay, fine. For women, it's spiritual unification. And people that I shared my body with, when I think about my list, it's repulsive because they didn't deserve it. But that was an outcome of me discounting my worth. And it's disgusting. I hate even having that.
No, this is truth coming from Brittany. What you witnessed with Kevin Gates was her trying to use spiritual bypass, which I just talked about this earlier in this live. One, and two, she tried to go back to her old ways, and it failed. And I keep trying to tell the girls that your old ways are not going to work. The shortcuts, the little the manipulation tactics that you've been using, it's not gonna work. We're in the new age of Aquarius. That shit don't work no more. You have to live in your truth, whatever that looks like. So what I'm seeing is a lot of women are just running from themselves. They're running from doing the work. And it's like, you can keep running, but I'm telling you, your old ways are not going to work anymore. It's outdated. You're literally looking at all of the changes that are happening in the world, and you don't think your ways are going to be outdated? They're reclassifying professional degrees. This is a collective shift. It's spiritual, it's energetic. Your old ways are going to be outdated. And this is not just a woman thing, like, this is a human experience thing all across the board. So, your old ways are either have you caught up right now, because that's the energy. Your old ways have you caught up. And now you have to face yourself for the first time because your old ways are not working. See, the old ways would get you out of accountability. The old ways would get you out of facing the reality of your choices and decisions. That's not going to work anymore. And that's what happened with Brittany Renner. It all caught up with her. And do you think she can go out and still use her old ways to get ahead or to get back to where she was at? No, no. No, no. Even when it comes to Summer Walker, her old ways are catching up to her too. It's not working anymore, ladies. You got to recognize when something is not working anymore. And it's your choices and your decisions that you're making, and it's not working.
Spiritual tie in any type of way. But yeah, I would absolutely change sexually how I move around. And not even necessarily because of like the societal outcome. It's more so from my self-worth.
Like, how it makes you like feel.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good knowing that you gave a sacred part of you to a man that looked at sex with you as taking a piss. It's not fulfilling. It's disgusting to think about. And I feel like I've beat myself up every single day for my decisions. And what people say about me online holds no candle to what I've told myself on a daily basis. Like,
and one thing I've noticed about women like Brittany Renner, they tend to be in a space in their life where they're numb and they don't really have feelings, or they suppress their emotions and they numb them. So when she was doing these things, do I think she felt it in that moment? I don't think so. I think she was so numb to everything, and she was numb to these experiences with men, that she didn't really feel it in the moment, but it later caught up with her. So now she's feeling it. So now she's feeling those experiences that she may have been numb to when she was having those experiences. But now she has to live with the memories. And so now she has to feel those things with the memories. So I think that's what she's currently experiencing. And again, she tried to use spiritual bypassing to get out of the guilt and the regret, and it didn't work. And so now she's back at square one, and she thought that she was going to get a man out of the deal, and it just did not work. So she tried to use spiritual religious bypassing, and it backfired on her.
I've been called worse by better, and that better being me. Like, I have talked down to myself, and I felt like I was unworthy for a very long time. And I would say this is more of a recent awareness, like in the past year, where I'm like, Brittany, you were always enough. Like, you never had to seek validation outside of you. You never had to look that far. And that's what I would tell myself. I would and try to tell women, you should really think about who you're laying down with. Like, and that is a more traditional view, but it's like sex.
And I also want to point out that the reason why these women spiral like this is because they're running. They're literally running. And who are they running from? Like, Summer is running from heartbreak. Summer has been hurt a lot. Okay, she has 2 baby daddies, 3 kids. She's heartbroken. And instead of her facing that and dealing with that, she's running. And so it's causing her to spiral. This is why she finds herself in these messy situations. And it's because she's in this space where she's running from herself. She's at war with herself, because if you listen to her talk long enough, you could tell she's confused. So she's spiraling. Typically, when women spiral like that, everything just comes to a head emotionally, and they are fighting, dealing with it. And that's all that it comes down to. So until they face themselves, until they face whatever they're running from, which in my opinion, when it comes to Summer Walker, heartbreak, when it comes to Brittany Renner, it really seems like she was running from feeling seen and valued. And so she used male validation to feel seen and valued. And that's the difference between Brittany Renner and Summer. So, but ultimately they were just running from themselves. That's it. They're just running from themselves. And now it came to a head and it caused them to spiral.
It's not even worth it if they don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you. They have no desire to, they don't want to know your favorite color. They don't give a shit. So why do you want them over top of you? Again, that's come from feeling used up. And sometimes that's why the used goods comments, they sting. Because you know what? There are times I felt like that. I feel like the old toy, or sorry, the new toy that now is unexciting and put away in a box. So I just have to accept what I've done and move forward with this awareness and just know that, okay, the guy that most likely, that I'm not looking for a husband, I'm looking for my husband, and there's a difference. That guy is going to be a very small percentage, and I'm okay with that. I'm at peace, and I'm at peace with the things I've done. But I will say, moving forward, like talking to any girl, to you, and, you know, whoever's listening, it's like you really should think about why you're doing what you're doing.
They're predicting that 45% of women will be single and childless by 2030. Yeah. So much so that big banks are investing in like cat food, wine, like things that go with like single women.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Most of the guys that have presented themselves in front of me just want to fuck me. So that's where I'm like, I'm not going on dates right now.
Pearl, and you gonna be one of them women, because what the fuck? Cat food and wine? Seriously? Like girl, Pearl, she just gives projection, y'all. Like I'm telling you, it just gives projection. It do.
I'm not talking. I don't have somebody that we talk every few days, every day. I have no masculine energy besides like my family, our family friend Jerry. I have no masculine energy in my sphere, in my bubble. I don't, because I think I focused on men and just dick in general for a very long time. And now I'm just going to get to the business. I understand that the window, the percentage, it's changed a lot from when I was 22. So all I can do is kind of equip myself financially, take advantage of the opportunities I have now to set myself up.
Okay, let's continue. Hold on. Is it this one? Here it is. Now, listen, do I think Brittany Renner can be manipulative? Yes. I do think that this right here is her truth. Now, what she decides to do with that truth, we never know with Brittany. Could she manipulate people with it? Could she grift people? Absolutely. But do I think that this is her truth? Yes. I think two things can be true at the same time, especially when it comes to her being honest. Now, why did she choose Pearl and the platform that she went on? I'm not sure. I don't know why she chose that, but that's what she chose. And I do believe what she's saying, she believes. But just because you can recognize this truth within you, it doesn't mean that you're ready to change your ways, though. That's what I need girls to understand. It's like, okay, I can acknowledge these things, but it's hard to change your ways. It's hard to change your behavior. It's not easy. Your comfort zone is something that you have to leave in order to change your ways. And it may be hard for her.
See, most of you waited until the hijab came off. I wanted to wait until the clothes also came off. And here we are. I'm going to tell you what happens when a 304 is way in over her head out of desperation to change her life. Anyone who knows about me and my past will tell you that I was a very loud and proud, unapologetic 304. I surrounded myself with other women like me, and I have seen the different ways they try to turn a new leaf. As a 30-something-year-old, I left it all behind me, and I never looked back, and now I'm going on 50.
And see, what I'm seeing, this is the pipeline, okay? So Summer Walker was the lover girl, but she was chasing men that were emotionally unavailable. And so now she feels like, based off of the men that she chased that were emotionally unavailable, she feels like the only way she could get someone, just to have someone, that she needs to be emotionally unavailable. Instead of her working on herself and changing what and who she's attracted to, which is emotionally unavailable men, instead she's choosing to match their emotional unavailability, which now she's accepting the side piece, side chick role. But it all leads to the same place. So you have Brittany Renner, which at one point she was okay with being the side piece for different reasons, right? She wanted to be seen. She felt like her self-worth was rooted, or it was seen by male validation. So she felt loved by the male validation, but it all led to here. So it doesn't matter like how you start, it's just it all leads to the same place. So Summer Walker is going to be exactly where Brittany Renner is in just a few years. Once she comes to the conclusion that that's not working, this is not working, that's not working. And the reason is because just because you make yourself numb for this time and this phase in your life, it doesn't mean you're always going to be numb though. And so Brittany Renner is not numb anymore. She is dealing with these things head on, and Summer Walker is trying to numb herself, but she's spiraling though at the same time. So it all comes to a head and it all meets at the same place.
So when a 304 wants to change her life, there are three main things that she's looking for. She wants to be respected by society, she wants to be valued by the people in her circle, and she wants true love. You have to unlearn and relearn so much about yourself and what your purpose in life is and what self-love is, and it's a lot of work. And if being a 304 had anything or everything to do with the way you support yourself, you're about to be disenfranchised. Now along comes a man, and whether he's smooth or has a little bit of swag, he claims to be a part of a following or a faith, and he has money. Believe me when I tell you that a 304 who wants to change her life is easy prey for these men, because they know that all they have to say is, walk this path with me and I will change your life. On a surface level, she presents as if she chose God, but as a 304, she actually took the easy way out. She immediately gets the respect from society, the value from people around her, and the true love. It's instant gratification. The problem is that she didn't do the work she needed to do on herself for herself. And sooner rather than later, that's going to show. As she walks amongst other people who are genuinely of that faith, she's going to realize that this is mostly about God and not the blood, flesh, and bones of that man. She's also feeling that imbalance of respect and authority, and especially money. She can't turn to her fan base because they're no longer the same people. They're not the men and women who lusted after her and praise her for her rawness and realness. Instead, they're mostly people of the faith and everyday people who support her journey and her relationship. So the relationship ends up being short-lived, never fails, and I don't know who broke up with who in this situation, but from what I have witnessed, the 304 is always the one to end it. So she done did a whole 180 and changed her whole life. But the man is gone. Now she's stuck in this faith by herself, disenfranchised. And she wants out, but she doesn't want to look stupid. She tries to hang on by herself until it really pisses her off and she makes her exit. And it's never respectful. And after the backlash comes rebellion. What tends to happen after this is compromise, because she knows she let down the community that supported her journey. So she might wear tight clothes that don't show skin or loose clothes that do. Brittany needs to work on herself, for herself, by herself, and I mean single. I followed her since her fitness days. She is beautiful and she is very intelligent, but she's very broken. Facing my demons was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but it was worth it because I love myself and I love my life. And I really hope that she does the work.
Keep trying to tell the girls, ain't no way around that. Doing the work, doing the work. Listen, go do what you need to do. Go figure it out. But once you get done, you're gonna be stuck right back at the same spot that you started. So when it comes to Summer Walker, what a lot of people want to know is what is Summer Walker, what is she struggling with when it comes to relationships with men? And again, she chooses emotionally unavailable men due to her unhealed issues that she has, which a lot of it has to do with heartbreak. So she tends to start these connections with men where she's heartbroken, so she's not completely emotionally available. And then she starts these connections with men that are emotionally unavailable. She cannot recognize, most likely in the beginning, that these men are not emotionally available because she confuses intensity and chemistry for love. And she doesn't know the difference. Then another thing too is that she avoids intensity with intimacy, leading to tolerate disrespect. So she likes the like she likes the fake intimacy, but she is only choosing the fake intimacy because she thinks that that's what love is. And then when she chooses this fake intimacy, like this fake intimacy is with Rich the Kid being the side quest and everything like that, her roles are unclear, which is why she chose something that was fake. Your role is unclear. You're choosing something and you're tolerating disrespect in the process, and you still don't know your role. So that tells me that you chose this fake intimacy because you're not able to recognize what true intimacy is. Then another thing too is she feels replaceable. Like Summer Walker is struggling with always constantly feeling replaceable. I mean, if you look at her dating history, when you look at her relationship history, it has happened so often and so much that she probably is in a place where she feels replaceable, and she struggles with comparison when it comes to other women. So she's like, well, what is it about me? What is it about me that's so replaceable, but for other women, they seem to be irreplaceable. So she's probably struggling with that, and she compares herself to that as well. She also tends to overgive to feel chosen, like she wants to be picked. It's the reason why she was calling this man, talking about she missed him, she missed him, she missed him. And if you are the side quest and you're the side chick, you wouldn't be calling that man saying that you missed him. But when you want to feel chosen, you tend to overgive and overextend your energy to feel chosen by this man. And then she's tying that in with her worth. Like she's tying in her worth to effort and to sacrifice when it comes to herself. So she feels like, oh, okay, now she's in the side chick mindset and mentality where she's like, okay, if I only reach out every now and then, and I put in little effort and I sacrifice the fact that he's spending time with his family, then I will feel worthy still. And it's just backfiring on her as well. So she's accepting half-ass. Then she also ignores red flags. And when you ignore red flags, what women need to understand, and like I said, no, y'all, I have my notes. Um, when women are when you are ignoring red flags, what you don't understand is you are betraying yourself. That's it. And this is why when women come on social media with these stories, the reason why we're losing empathy is almost like we don't have any more empathy to give is because when you ignored those red flags, you betrayed yourself before the man ever did. Before the man ever did what he wanted to do, before the man ever did you dirty, before the man even did you wrong, you ignored the red flag, betraying yourself. And that's something that I've noticed with Summer Walker. She ignores the red flags. Like her first baby daddy or boyfriend, I forget who she was. It London that she had a baby by? I always forget. But I remember London. And she saw the red flags in that man and she decided to ignore every last one of them. And she only betrayed herself. And she will continue. The reason why you need to recognize when you are betraying yourself when it comes to ignoring red flags is that you're going to keep betraying yourself over and over and over again. You're going to keep playing yourself over and over again until you recognize that by you overlooking those red flags, you are simply betraying yourself. You cannot put it on the man all the time. Is the man dead ass wrong? Yes. But where are your boundaries though? Where are your boundaries to protect yourself when it comes to men who act like that? And it should be you being able to recognize those red flags and just simply remove yourself. Also, another thing too is Summer repeats cycles of deception. Like she's always finding herself in these connections with men where there is deception. And also, she is deceiving herself in the process because she lies to herself. She lies over and over and over again to herself about the type of men that she chooses and the cycles that she consistently repeats when it comes to her love life and her relationships with men. It's something that she does over and over again. Prime example, we could use Cardi B and Offset. Cardi left a relationship with Offset and she could have left that cycle behind, but she chose to start a new cycle with what is his name? I always forget his name. What is her new baby daddy? I forget his name. Stefan Diggs. So she left that cycle and then entered a new cycle. So she's basically with a new man, but it's the same spirit, it's the same energy. It's literally the same karmic lesson. Like it's not different at all. It's literally the same thing. And to be honest, I feel like the Stefan situation is way worse. I do. I do. I think the only difference is that he has money and Offset did not. Also, Summer is unable to see the pattern recognition within her love life based off of her own choices. So because she's unable to see the pattern recognition within her own choices, then she's going to consistently continue to make the same choices that's going to lead to the same outcome. So she has to change it up. If women only knew that life happens in cycles and in patterns, then you would also know how to change your life effortlessly. And if you can't recognize the patterns, if you can't recognize when you're in the same cycle and you're repeating the same cycle over and over and over again, then you're not going to change your life. And you should. You should start looking at different phases in your life as cycles. And you should look at them, and you should look at them sometimes if you feel stagnant, like if you are experiencing stagnancy. Okay, I'm like, how can I break out of this cycle? It's gonna require you to recognize patterns. It's going to require you to recognize that I'm in the same cycle and I've been in this same cycle for a while, and how to break free and get out of it. So we have seen these women like Cardi B, Summer Walker, Brittany Renner. They're stuck in these cycles. They've been stuck in these cycles since their early 20s, and they are struggling to find themselves out of it. But you know who broke out of a cycle? Angela White, Black China. Black China completely broke out of that cycle, and she struggled to break out of that cycle. She struggled for years, but she finally broke out of that cycle. So if you feel like, oh my God, my life just seems like it's repeating over and over again, it's the same thing every single time, it is because you're not recognizing the fact that you're in a cycle, and you're not recognizing the pattern recognition when it comes to your choices and decisions that are leading you to stay and remain in the cycle. And if you were to just acknowledge these things and recognize the pattern, then you would be able to break out of it. So same thing with Brittany Renner. She chases male validation. She chases her self-worth when her self-worth is something that should be within, but she chases her self-worth outside of herself, and she seeks it through male validation. If she would stop doing that, then she would be able to break the cycle that she's been in since she was in like her 20s. Then when it comes to Summer Walker, if she would just deal with the heartbreak, if she would just deal with the fact that she keeps she's attracted to emotionally unavailable men, if she would recognize that pattern, like, oh, it's because I keep chasing emotionally unavailable men, then at that point, she would be able to heal and then be attracted to emotionally available men. But she's stuck in this same cycle that she's been in since London, which has been a few years ago. She's still stuck in that cycle because she has not recognized the pattern within the choice, the fact that she's heartbroken, and the fact that she hasn't healed from that completely. So that's something that I'm noticing. But you let me know what you think when it comes to the Summer Walker situation. Me personally, I'm not surprised. When I listened to that song, Heart of a Dummy, I was just like, oh my God, this is awful. Like when you do the work on yourself, you can't listen to music the same. Like some heartbreak songs don't sound the same. It sounds like I'm comfortable being the victim. I'm comfortable being heartbroken. And this is where I want to stay because this is what is familiar to me. And this is all that I know. So when I would listen to Heart of a Woman, I'm just like, I'm not that version anymore. I'm not that woman that can even relate to what she's saying, because I'm like, well, I have boundaries now. And I'm like, I can leave. I don't have to stay. I have free will. I could do whatever the hell I want to do. I don't have to keep choosing that for myself. I don't have to keep pouring and giving and pouring and giving in hope that in return that this man sees my worth. I don't do any of that anymore. So it's like me trying to listen to Heart of a Woman. I just can't listen to it. It doesn't sit right with my spirit. I'm just not there anymore. So when I listen to Summer Walker's song, I'm just like, okay, this doesn't sound like you took the advice that Sierra gave you when it came to that prayer. It seems like that was just all like a collaboration. That was just all like a money thing. And it was a good way to have a feature on your album, and that was it. So honestly, I'm not surprised. And to be honest, I don't think that this will be the last messy scandal drama that Summer Walker will find herself in, because she's running from herself. But I feel like it's all going to lead to the same place, which is what we witnessed with Brittany Renner. So that's all that I got regarding this video. Please give the video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next one.
This is my opinion. I'm free to state my opinion anytime I like, right? Thank you.
I don't want you to feel like that, but yeah, feel like that.
This is my opinion. I'm free to state my opinion anytime I like, right? Thank you.
I don't want you to feel like that, but yeah, feel like that.